Hello guys, welcome back to KSP. Today we're going to be sending a scanner to Eve. If you didn't know, Eve is the in-game representation of Venus. So for the first stage we're going to be using 3 solid rocket boosters. Solid rocket boosters burn solid fuel. Now, solid fuel is very gives very high thrust, but it is not that efficient. So, for after burning these 3 thoroughbred SRBs or solid rocket boosters, we are going to stage them or separate them and reveal the second stage, which is powered by a liquid fuel mainsail engine. The mainsail engine is the most powerful liquid fuel engine I have currently, and it is fairly efficient in vacuum. So I am going to be using that as our mm, as our orbiting as our circularization stage, and also the stage that will take us to the 100,000 meters where the Kármán line exists. Actually, in this game the Kármán line is at 170,000 meters, but okay, so our aquapsis is rising, and it has risen to 84 kilometers. And now I'm going to be fast forwarding to space, where I open my service bay to reveal the communication antennas and remove the fairing to expose the main probe. I actually have 2 antennas because I thought, why not? It actually gave me a lot better connection than in my Duna mission, which will be next episode. So now I'm just going to be firing my mainsail engine for the circularization of my orbit. I should speed this part up. Well, it seems that our circularization is done, so I'm going to be firing our rocket in the prograde direction at our periapsis to get an encounter with Eve. Now, getting an encounter with Eve is quite easy actually. It is one of the easiest planets to get an encounter with. So now these gray markers have appeared, which indicate how the closest that we will be going to get to Eve. And I just changed the marker where the markers are by using the graphical display thing on a graphical maneuver editor. I think that thing, yeah, that's what it's called. Oh, I accidentally fired my engine there. That was one of the mistakes that I could fix. Okay, so now I'm just going to make this another maneuver node to get our orbit pretty close to Eve. I actually missed this maneuver node because maneuver nodes in KSP are not that accurate. So this entire making of the second maneuver node is essentially useless. Well, in the time that you're watching this, could you please subscribe to my channel and like the video? It really helps out a lot. So well, I'm going to execute my maneuver in a little bit of time. I'm just opening my solar panels so I can be full of electric charge. I'm going to be using a poodle engine. Now I can just check my electric charge, and I'm seeing how much time it will take for me to recharge. I see that in the transmitter it uses a lot of my energy, so I think I'll just open my other two solar panels, which you can see me doing right now. So okay, the carbon looks really cool from here, and also this is a probe, so a connection is essential to do anything. So I am just starting to execute my burn. My second stage is actually pretty useless, and I don't know why I put it in there because it only has 841 meter per second of delta V, but anything helps in this situation. Oh, and also in this burn, I actually dipped below the command line in KSP, so I'm actually executing a part of this burn inside the atmosphere. It was a very big accident of me to miss that. So I will try to make it so that next time this does not happen. So okay, now I am just executing my burn to perfection. I actually don't need to execute that burn this perfectly actually. I actually made it a little bit too I actually thought it was going to be very perfect, but I am not at that good at making maneuvers. So I just take the maneuver node that I made and just started messing around in it to try to get a close approach of Eve. I saw that took a way too much delta V, so I just changed. So I just put it a little bit closer to where I'm going to leave. So now I'm just fine-tuning my approach. You can actually do this with only one burn, but this was my first interplanetary transfer, so I was not that confident or sure of what to do. I am much better now, of course, but it takes a little bit of practice to get it right. Now I'm just changing. This maneuver is actually to change my plane so that I'm on the same plane as Eve. That will make it very easy to get an Eve transfer. So I am in deep space right now, orbiting the sun. You can see the moon and Minmus orbiting Kerbin. Now I'm just manually executing that normal burn. I was checking this ascending node and I was thinking, why isn't it changing? Then I realized the ascending node I was watching was based on the maneuver. I think you can see Eve from here. I just hovered my mouse over it so that you would be able to see it. This I think was the most inefficient way to get an Eve transfer. I think. But hey, I was new, I didn't know what to do, so I just did what I thought would be good. Okay, as you can see, I'm just using this to get an easy, if a pretty easy low Duna encounter. Yeah, nothing much to say about it. Just what I was doing before. So I got a pretty close even encounter, I think. Yeah, I thought that was close enough for me, so I just executed that maneuver as it was. Okay, we're now moving. Okay, it will take a lot of time before we get to the maneuver. Nothing much to say, obviously. So, okay, now I'm just waiting for the perfect time to launch it, and not to launch it, to start the burn. So I have, as you can see, I have ejected that earlier stage. This stage has a lot, and I mean a lot, of delta V. 4,000 meter per second of delta V with just that small tank. Well, the payload isn't that heavy either, so So I just stopped that when I thought it was pretty good. Didn't want to get it too exact, just in case that I ended up overshooting. So I think I got pretty close. So I just time warped to my Eve periapsis. Now this is going to now I no I didn't time warp. I just made a maneuver to get my apoapsis pretty close, and I also got a polar orbit, which was very good because the survey scanner that I added needed a polar orbit to do a good scan. Now you can see I am fast approaching Eve. Not that much more time until I get to Eve. Okay, it's pretty close. Yeah, now I just raised the volume a little bit of the game. This is up there, I don't know why. I'm changing that, I think. So I just started my burn as predicted by the maneuver node maker, and activated my survey scanner. Survey scanner has been activated. Now I just need to wait until my apoapsis is full to run the survey. So we're just executing this burn. I'm not going to execute this burn fully because I just wanted to save some fuel. I didn't really need to save any fuel, but hey, whatever. It will just take a little longer to capture myself in the Eve orbit, so I turned on to the 2 times the physics timer. So yes, now I screen capture, and now I'm just putting in my my apoapsis should be below 1,500 meters, circular meters, so that I can use the survey scanner. It's below 1,500. Yes, allow me to, so I thought, why not do it right? Now I have started my. Now this is a glitch that I found. It's somehow it looked like that. I don't know why this happened. So it's the end of the video, guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and see you next episode.